We're on live in the Bone Zone. There. Arion, John. Live in the Bone Zone. It is I, Billy on the board with Troy Morales and Teezy. Hey. Troy Morales, Gorilla Drank. We got Teezy, with Exotic Munchies. Gentlemen, I do appreciate you guys very much for stopping by and for showing me love and for even considering being on my show. It is a privilege. It is an honor, most definitely. So, Troy.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for the shirt, man.
Already. You know it.
Yeah, I like it. It's cool, man. It's cool. But what we're going to do now is so, where did you get the name Gorilla Drank?
Gorilla Drink came from when I was a kid. I didn't have parents. They both passed away. So I've been, by myself since I was like 12, 13. So I always told myself and my daughters, I have 4 daughters, I always told them that I was thrown in the jungle, to survive. So that's where gorilla came from. And then, of course, Texas drank, so I just put them together.
Yeah.
But I've always called myself a gorilla since I was little. I've always told my daughters that too. So just something.
Yeah, I knew that answer because I watched the episode that you had on Well You Asked podcast where they kind of, but just for people that may not watch that podcast, man, support your local podcast, man. Definitely, because we try to give back as much as we can, however we can. So Teezy, Exotic Munchies. But where'd you get that whole name and the whole idea of even selling exotic snacks and cereals and drinks and just having a nice I see y'all be selling shoes too and all that stuff, man.
Yeah, man.
That's tight.
Everything original, it really came from family put together and wanted to do something different, man. A couple people, put ideas together and made it happen, man. And we trying to strive for the best, really, right now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what's up. So we are locally from the city of San Antonio. We from San Antonio, Troy?
Yeah, I'm from San Antonio.
Yeah, what side of town, sir? You don't mind me asking?
I'm from the east side.
East side. We got the east side in the house, yo. And Teezy, what about you, my good sir?
7, man.
Marbach, yeah. That's what's up. I see y'all, man. Y'all looking fresh. We got all the Spurs right here, man. It was a tough year, man, for our San Antonio Spurs, dude. But you know what? Sometimes we gotta take that L, man. We gotta take that L to bounce back.
Yeah, man.
Favorite Spurs, active and retired. Troy. Timmy.
Yeah, Timmy's my favorite.
All the way. What about active Spurs? You have a favorite active Spurs?
I like Murray. Murray's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Teezy.
And probably Avery Johnson.
Oh!
People don't talk about him.
Yeah, the little general.
General.
Man, that's what's
Ran the flow, man. He called it, put the ball where the ball needed to be.
Yeah. Hey, I think if it wasn't for him, that 99 championship, I probably could have probably slipped out of our hands. I know some people don't like to consider that one a real championship, but hey, but everybody played the same amount of games too. Bullshit. So everybody's gonna make excuses about why they won or why they lost. But you know what? Everybody played the same amount of games. Just consider it a short ass season. They should have been like, okay, we stepped in the energy. So excuses out of the window. 5 championships. Don't know when they're gonna win their next championship, but it's all good. It is all good. So music. I'm sure music is important to you in a way. I see a bunch of your drinks. You do have artists on your labels. You have boxers on there and all that good stuff. Young entrepreneurs. What type of music influenced you as a youngster in the city of San Antonio on the east side?
Bone Thugs and Harmony and Pimp C.
Yeah, I like that, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, and of course, this is the Bone Zone. It is in homage of Bone Thugs and Harmony. My whole mission was to get Bone Thugs and Harmony here or their affiliates. And we are going to be taking a break on the podcast in a bit, but I have to do what I have to do, and then I'm going to come back stronger. I'm going to come back harder, and we're going to just, man, it can be like, man, what the hell? I thought he said he was going to quit this shit. No, I'm sorry, any other podcasters out there. I'm not going to quit. I'm just going to take a break for a little bit. All right, to polish myself up and whatnot. So Shout out to all you other podcasters out there. Radioactive Podcast, which is the #1 podcast right now, and a bunch of other podcasts. I started this during COVID. My mom wanted to see me, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna start going on lives, and I'll talk about life, death, and everything else in between. And then January is when I had guests, and now I have you guys in, which is awesome because y'all are my first let's say rapper artist type thing. Unless y'all make music and I don't know about, I'm gonna get on that and I'm gonna support you on that too.
I used to do my thing.
Yeah, you like to freestyle. That was mainly your thing. No, I ain't gonna put you on the spot. I'm not gonna put you on the spot too. I'm not. I promise you, I'm not.
I used to do a little music back in my time.
And you just sometimes we gotta change, right? Yeah, that's what I think I'm going through. I had to go through that. We all go through changes and whatnot, and we gotta adapt to our environment. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna adapt. I'm gonna rebuild and definitely, and hopefully just make changes where I have to make changes. But the mind is a terrible thing to waste, and I most definitely don't want to waste my time here on Earth. But what are things that you Troy tell young gentlemen, not even men in general, but just people that are going through some type of mental illness or any type of bullying or anything that may need to just be you always have to let people know.
I was raised differently.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was homeless like at 12 and 13, so I lived on the street, so I had to adapt. Like my skin's thick, so I tell these young kids like you can't let, especially the ones that get bullied like on the internet. All you gotta do is turn it off.
Yeah, or block them.
Yeah, but it's kind of hard, like to tell some, these young kids because a lot of them don't want to listen. They don't.
Yeah.
They weren't raised by like OGs. Like I was raised by OGs. Like I knew a lot of gang members, heavy hitters and stuff like that, and they're the ones that showed me, like to show respect, show women respect, like just it's totally different now. It's totally different. Like you can't do what people did to me in the 90s right now, because no one respects you.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no respect in these young kids no more.
I understand that. We got Cam here. He's a young man. He looks like he's full of a bunch of respect. So I do appreciate that young man. He's like, hey man, why you even say my name?
Well, not all kids.
Yeah, like a lot of young kids don't have that guidance, don't have that support. But for if you're a youngster, man, just keep on doing what you're doing.
Oh yeah.
Teezy, what about you, man? What words of encouragement do you have for young kids, or maybe just anybody in general that may be struggling with something?
I would tell the youngest what I be trying to tell the youngest: always stay down. Don't let them break you, man. Just stay consistent. And even if you ain't good at whatever you're doing, just work at it and you'll get better. I mean, it shows off in the long run, you know what I'm saying? Just stay down and give your full effort, whatever you do, you know what I'm saying? Put your all into it.
Yeah. So snow cone addiction. Talk a little bit about that, Troy.
Yeah, that's my business. Gorilla Drink was something I drank when I was little. So when I started snow cone addiction 10 years ago, I brought it out. So it was served as a slushie pretty much, and all my snow cone customers went crazy for it. I had to start selling it by the gallon. I would ship it out of state sometimes. It was just they showed a lot of support to me. So yeah. Right now I don't have a shop right now. I closed it down, but we're gonna open up kind of like a food park on Marbach, kind of close to 1604 next month, hopefully.
Nice. Do you have a food? It looks like you have a food truck or
it's a snow cone trailer we have.
Okay.
So that's what we're gonna put on a lot.
Nice. You just hook it up and bam, you just.
Yeah, it's gonna be there all the time. It'll be there permanently.
Do you do like any private events? Like if somebody wants you to cater their event, I'm sure you do that, right?
Yeah. I do a lot of birthday parties, but now that the trailer's gonna be there all the time, those events have to stop. We just did parade last weekend, and we're at Fiesta.
Yeah. So that's fun, man. Speaking of Fiesta, what's your best part? What do you like Fiesta the most?
Fiesta, I hate Fiesta.
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
bro,
you too, Teezy?
like I hate Fiesta. It's just, I don't know. It's
I mean, you know what? To me, that I don't hate Fiesta. I just hate the bad stuff that comes with Fiesta.
I agree.
Like I love it. It's good for the culture. It's good for
Yeah.
the city. Now, don't get me wrong. I love that part of Fiesta. But just dealing with the bad part of Fiesta, the fighting, you know, just that part of Fiesta, I just can't deal with.
Yeah, I like the funnel cakes, yo.
Yeah, the food, chicken on
That's
the
what I like. The funnel cakes. I like telling the ladies that are on the floats, let me see your shoes. For real, because you know I have a big ass dresses. Let me see your shoes. That's my thing, and mainly because my pops, he was in 2 courts with the Ray Frayo. He was with the Ronnie Gabriel court and with the Bill Drain court. So he was in 2 courts. So he's been a few parades. So that's why I like the parades, because my pops used to be in there, and it's different when you see somebody you know, you wave at him. Actually, my nephew, he was in the band this year with Veneer, and he's in I think he's still in middle school, if I'm not mistaken. But still, for the high school to be like, hey man, you wanna play with us? And that was a really good honor for him. So it is really, really important that we support our next generation, because those kids right there are going to be the ones that are going to be the young entrepreneurs, the young this, the young that, and we have to make sure that we take care of those kids, man, because if not, they'll get lost in the shuffle, they'll get lost in the system, and it's really, really crazy, man. So, you mind if we talk food a little bit? I usually get hungry when I talk about food. But Teezy, so I know you have snacks there at the Exotic Munchie. I saw a bunch of chips, cereals, and drinks. What, when you're not, let's say when you're at home and you're whipping it up in the kitchen, what's your favorite dish that you like to make?
Lately, you want to know what I've been eating a lot lately? To be honest, I've been spreading, man. Sardines, tuna, the foreign chips. I mix it all.
With your Exotic Munchies, you have an exotic spread?
I probably been eating that for like the last month.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh,
in the restaurant, when you go up, I know that's crazy, right? Hey, but when you mix it in that spread, it actually hits, yo.
I took it back.
Yeah, definitely. What about you, Troy, when you're in the kitchen? What are you doing?
Honestly, lately, I've been eating out a lot.
Yeah.
Because I've been so busy with Gorilla Drink, making everyone bottles and stuff. So my fridge is full of Gorilla Drink bottles.
Yeah.
I don't go grocery shopping for food.
We got the Mac. He said, "Let's go, CEO-ish."
Hey, man.
Yeah, the Mac. What about going out then? If you have a favorite dish that you like to be served?
I like going to Chama.
Oh, yeah, I never been there. I seen it on commercials and TV and stuff.
Yeah, you need to. Man,
it's nice.
That's a different experience right there. Like,
yeah,
that steak is off the chain.
Like, that's what's up, yo. That's what's up.
Taste nothing else like that.
Yeah. So, the next year or so, next year, 5 years, where do you guys see yourself with this whole movement that you guys have going on with the Exotic Munchies and Really Drank duo, if you will?
Oh man, the next, you know, I'm always thinking about the future. Of course, expanding, new locations. Just get more.
You have Exotic Munchies on the east side.
Hey, it could happen.
It could happen. Yeah, it could, man.
Anything could happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you got the right team behind you that's with you, that's gonna rock with you, I mean, you can make anything happen.
Yeah. Hopefully you guys can hear Teezy and Troy Morales good. So San Antonio, born and raised. Are there any places in particular besides like Chamagacha that you recommend people going, like whether it's a restaurant or a bar or just like anything in general, yo?
I like going to a lot of mom and pop stuff.
Yeah,
I like to support them. There's this one place, I don't know the name of it, but it's right next to the Pet Boys on Military by the Pica Pica. It used to be an old Taco Cabana.
Okay.
Yeah, they have a Mexican restaurant there, man. We go there like every Saturday.
Is that the place where they have barbacoa enchiladas?
Well, honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, no, my brother and his girlfriend, they were like, man, we went to some place over here. It's called like Don Vinny's or something like that. And he said they have barbacoa enchiladas with that verde sauce. And so I was like,
I never heard of that one. I'm gonna have to try that.
Yeah,
one.
I don't know if that was the name of
That
it.
sounds great.
But yeah, hole in the wall restaurants.
Yeah.
This I like to consider this a hole in the wall podcast. You know, because I get some people they're like, man, Steve, it's the whole vibe of things is nice. You know, I'm not in a studio. This is obviously my home. And people, you know, for you to allow somebody in your home, that's one thing. But then here, it's a different thing because this is my office.
Yeah.
You know, this is where I like to say I conduct business, where I'm on here trying to book. I do everything my own, you know, trying to do this, trying to do that, promoting and stuff like that without like a manager per se. And it's wild. Like when you guys started off, did you have a bunch of support that you have now, or you had to like demanding support? You're like, man, you know what? You ain't gonna support me. It's all good. Somebody else is gonna support me. You think it's that whole mentality in your head, being a businessman? How does that go?
Yeah, you have to be like that. You have to be aggressive. Because if you're not aggressive, then what are you gonna do it for them?
Yeah.
If you're just gonna accept being failing, you know. Everyone fails, you know. But I failed plenty of times. I've had 3 shops close down.
Okay.
But that still doesn't stop me. You know, I still you know, open something else. I still push the really journey. So yeah, you can't let anything intimidate you.
Keep on going.
Yeah, you got to push yourself to
I think
the
that's
wheels
where
fall off.
I think that's where I'm at. That's why I told the world that this was going to be my last episode for a bit. But I think you're right. I'm going to delete that post.
But didn't you just have a baby too?
I did, yeah.
So,
She
you know,
she has a baby, and I'm in a poly relationship. Where I have 2 girlfriends, and one just had the baby, and the other one is about to pop 2 in June.
Damn.
They're both in they're both in the dungeon.
They're both in the dungeon.
Dungeon. But I love them very much. They support me, and it's weird how we make things work here in the BoneZone.
Yeah.
But it's really it's about love, yo. It's about caring and being there for them, and it's not like, you know, I made it like it just happened.
Yeah.
You know, and then now I'm at the point where I do have to focus on my family, and I included them into the show. I have we would do Wake Up with SMS, Shelby, Michaela, Steve, and we get on there and we talk about our relationship.
Yeah.
Because people in the world they're like, oh, hey Steve, I'm like, bro, if you really want to fucking know, watch my show. Yeah. So you know what, like I can't be discouraged, and I understand. Like, thank you for saying that, because I think after this episode I'm not gonna stop. I have to keep it going because it is part of my job, and this is for my family.
You gotta stand for something, man. I'm all for anything, man.
Thank you. I'm not gonna. Yeah, we're gonna keep it going, yo. We have to keep it going. So we got
BoneZone still go.
No,
There you go.
We got TL Taylor. It says hi Peanut.
Hey, don't call me that.
That's what it said on the comment, bro. I'm just reading the comments. Here, I'm gonna change the comment. It says, trust your process. We got Ben the Monster, also right here.
Oh yeah, that's
Ben the Monster.
Snapbacks.
The manager, Ruru. We had him and said, what's good? So we do have a decent amount of people watching right now. I do appreciate all you guys, man, showing us love right now. So do you ever plan on opening like a restaurant? I know you're in the hospitality, serving drinks, and then you as well in the hospitality, serving stuff like that. But maybe like your own restaurant. Yeah,
that's the plan. All my shops I've served food, burgers, mini tacos, wings, everything. Yeah. I'm known. All my snow cone addicts know me for my chili and cornbread. So like
chili and cornbread?
Yeah, so like in the wintertime they order gallons of chili and pans of cornbread from me.
Hell yeah. So
like, you know, that like it could be 105 degrees outside and they'll come stand in line.
I feel you, bro.
Just for chili and cornbread.
Yeah.
So that's one of my dreams to get a restaurant next.
Nice.
So hopefully.
Yeah. That's my plan as well.
Come soon.
I am a 3rd generation river rat. I've been working downtown since 2000. Been living downtown since '89. I was raised in the Victoria Courts, all the way since like 97. Yes, sir. Okay. And so I've always worked in the restaurant.
In the Victoria
yeah, it's McMonagle walk, Fountain walk, Santa Clara walk, all those things. But where I'm getting to is that, you know, when you're stuck to something, people always classify you as something. you know, for you as a young entrepreneur, do you ever like tell people, you know what? It don't matter how I look, how many tattoos I have. It don't matter if I ride in a slab. That like you know, like a lot of people always like to like, oh, you know, like they always. Do you ever get that?
Oh,
like
all
now,
the time. I get that all the time.
yeah.
Bro. Like
What's
it's ridiculous. Like they'll come into my shop sometimes, and the guys will approach me and be like, "Where'd you do time at?"
yeah,
You know, like and you know, there's nothing wrong. You know, everyone makes mistakes, but I've never been to prison. I've been to jail one time, and when I was 17, and you know that wasn't for me, so I didn't. I never went back, luckily. But
looks can be deceiving.
Yeah.
exactly. And Teezy, what do you think now? People that they're you know
Man, I get it every day almost. I mean, all the time. You know what I'm saying? I ain't the same person I used to be. So.
Oh yeah, you.
So yeah,
we grow, we learn, we mature.
Definitely,
That's
definitely
maybe
grow.
one of the big things.
Definitely mature. I mean,
Everyone makes mistakes in life, and you shouldn't be judged for that because everyone has to evolve.
Yeah.
And if you're mad at someone, you know, just say he was in jail 10 years ago and you're still mad at him for that or judge him for that, then you don't accept him evolving, you know, like being a better man, you know, being a better father or whatever, you know, like everyone has to change and grow up. You can't be that same person anymore.
that person who feels that way about that person needs to check themselves. You know what I'm saying? They have a problem. It's not the person that you look at. They have the problem.
That's one thing I tell people when you pointing fingers, you got to remember that you got 3 fingers pointing back at you.
Right back at you.
So check yourself before you try to check somebody else, because it's one of those things that you can be all fucking macho machismo on the internet and all this shit, and then when people see you in person, you want to catch a certain thing, and people are all like that in the world.
Yeah.
But you know what? In person, you got to show people how genuine you are and how caring and loving you are, because people don't understand what we've been through, what you've been through. We all have different stories, and you know, people always want to come at you a certain way because they think, oh, if they can make a name out of somebody, like, or clout, like people search for clout, where they're like, oh, like if somebody were to like talk bad about Gorilla Drank, what's up, pull up. Somebody talks bad about Exotic Munchies, what's up, pull up. And then people never do. They're like, oh, Twitter fingers.
Yeah.
You know,
I can't stand it.
I was raised in a different generation, a different genre. You know, if we had platforms like this when we were young, we probably could have been able to help mold and change a lot of people. Not that it's our job to do that, but as young business owners and entrepreneurs,
as a man,
yeah, exactly. As a man, we have to definitely show love. But it says, Max says, can't judge a book by its cover. That's most definitely true, man. There's been times where I was shot down because, oh, color of my skin, or I'm missing a tooth, or this and that. Like I couldn't get a job because, no, you gotta have a perfect smile. You know, so the past 3 years I was waiting tables at Dick's Resort, where it's a restaurant where we're rude and sarcastic. And I got away with being that person where I can be all quirky and goofy and shit like that. But then it kind of broke me down a bit. Like I would bring home that dickness, I guess. Yeah. And it would fuck with my head a little bit, to the point where I was still going through depression and a bunch of stuff like that. But it's like you gotta stay strong, and you gotta hold on to what you love. You know, and I love the hospitality end of things, mainly because of the fact that's what I worked my whole life: restaurants, hotels. My dad, he was a DJ. My mom worked at a hotel. My pops worked at the Hilton Plaza del Rio when it opened in the 60s. So that's how I'm considered a third generation river rat. You know, you have a legacy. You have a legacy. What do you want to make sure that you leave for your kids, and you let them know that, you know what, Daddy worked hard for you.
Oh, you just said it.
That might.
You just said it. That's exactly what I do. What I do. You know, like I said, I have 4 daughters. I wasn't raised with mom and dad, so I try to be in their life as much as I can. My oldest is gonna be 26, so my 3 oldest ones are over 21. So my youngest is gonna be 10. So her, you know, it's different right now because when all my 3 older daughters are 2 years apart. So I was like 17 when I had them, 17, 18.
Okay.
So I wasn't able to like spend money on them. You know, they had to do a lot of hand-me-downs and stuff like that. But with my daughter right now, she, you know, I spoil her a little bit. try to, you know.
Yeah.
But as long as they know that their dad worked hard when I died, then that's all that matters.
That's all worth it, right?
Yeah.
Teezy, same thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to leave a legacy is letting them know, like, hey, I messed up. I've been down there before, down that road, and that's not the road they want to go. See what I'm doing now to progress myself and show them. Shit, I got 3, 13, 15, and 17. So,
all right.
So, yeah, so
trying
to show them the right way, the new improved, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
not the old me.
And those are the bad numbers right there.
Yeah.
Those are the sassy numbers.
Man.
You have all girls as well?
Nah, girls,
okay.
2 boys.
Okay, girls. You have all girls, man.
I have 4 daughters and then 2 stepdaughters.
How many shotguns do you own?
I just got my pistol with that 3 clips. So I'm good.
That's enough, right? You're like, oh yeah. Me, I have a 15-year-old that is in Dallas with his family, and then a newborn. It was born on April Fool's, first of the month. Yes, sir. April Fool's. It was born on the first of the month.
Yeah, there you go.
And then another child. Yes, sir. He's gonna be born. Hopefully not on my birthday, but around June 24th, June 26th. My birthday is June 25th. So it's a 15-year difference for me. I know you said you had a 26 and a 10.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of in that situation where I'm gonna be like, oh man, I gotta do this all over again. But you know, as a man, we do always want to leave that legacy behind, and we always want to make sure that our kids know that we're there for them, no matter what may happen. And sometimes it may seem like we're not supporting them because they might want something that they might not necessarily need, but they want. And we don't, and if we don't give them that once, my daddy don't love me, or they get on Facebook like, nah, I'm gonna run away. Like, you know what? Like, you know, we have to be patient as young adults. We have to be patient. We're not always gonna get what we want as soon as it comes out. But like, you know, when that new phone comes out, we want it. But you know what? Sometimes we have to take that lesson. That it's gonna help us grow, and it's gonna help us be more mature. At the end of the day, you know, I had to help raise my brothers when we were young and stuff like that. So I spent 6 years in high school just to drop out.
What?
I don't understand that. But for a man, you know, I stayed in school mainly because I was selling pot to the kids in school. Like, that's where I made my money. You know, I wasn't focused on the books, and if I wish I did, because my life would have been different. But I'm kind of glad it didn't, because it gave me that character that I have now.
Now, well, let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Would you go back and change it?
I would. Yeah, I would focus more on my books instead of, oh, who needs, you need a gram, you need a gram, you need a bag, you want a bag, you want a bag. No, that's not the life for me, yo.
But you should never regret anything in life.
Yeah.
Like me.
That is true.
Like me, I the highest grade I went to was 8. I went to 9th grade, but like I dropped out in like 2 months.
Yeah.
So I've never been the person to like, oh, I wish I had a mom and dad. I wish I had this. I wish I could go back and if I die today and they gave me the same life, I would still do it again.
Yeah.
Because then if I change it up, I wouldn't have my daughters. I wouldn't have met the people I've met. You know, that it
wouldn't be the person who we are today.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody goes through everything to be in the position that they're in their life at that time. Yep. Now, what people need to understand and realize is you got to capitalize on that. You got to understand and move your way through these obstacles. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's gonna have a problem. Everybody's gonna have an obstacle. I mean, we all got problems. You got to handle yours as you know what I'm saying, as they come.
Yep. And there's always someone out there that's worse than you are, so you can't dwell on the bad things that happen to you in life, because if you do that, then you know you're gonna just keep failing and you're gonna be discouraged to try anything. Like, you know, it's just it's a lot of things to think about. You know, like to push yourself. You know.
Yeah,
I wouldn't change. I wouldn't change a thing.
No.
Yeah. Donovan Harris.
Won't change nothing.
Donovan Harris. It says, gotta fix the village around the children. Donovan.
What's up, Donnie?
Yeah, Donovan. He was commenting on that. And we do appreciate everybody that's watching right now. We are, of course, recording on Anchor, which will be uploaded on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, any listening platform, most listening platform will be there. And this would be episode 2, season 3 And gentlemen, it is very, very fun doing this, but as a business, it sometimes gets frustrating, right? Like being a business owner, what are things that you can say to maybe help me and to help anybody else that is considering stopping what they're doing or quitting or changing directions in life? This is mainly for me.
I would say you can't quit. I mean, you got rappers who've been rapping for years. Like, for example, 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz reinvented himself and still came back after the age of 35, 30, 34 when he really popped all the way off. So he was rapping all the years before that. I mean, you just can't quit whatever you're doing. Can't quit. You gotta keep going. You gotta stay with it, man. And one day it's gonna pop for you. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna pop. It's gonna pop.
Same thing, Troy.
Like I said, you can't be discouraged. You gotta, if you're gonna do something, you gotta be all in it. Because if you do half-fast, then what's the whole point? What's the whole point of doing it if you know you're gonna do it half-fast?
Yeah,
half-fast, you're gonna fail. So, you know.
Yeah, 100% at it, man.
Yeah, I've been going the past couple of weeks. I've been doing 3 episodes a day. Whether I have 1 guest a day, 2 guests a day, and it's wild because some podcasts they do an episode a week, you know, and at that they edit and this and that. And, you know, the whole live came from me just doing lives on Facebook, playing music, and I used to be in the other room of my closet, and it was just, you know, I never expected for me to have guests, and then a guy, a big supporter, MBK Guido, shout out to him. He's also my moderator on one of my pages, but he was like, man, Pops, you gotta have guests. And I was like, guests on my show? I never thought of that, you know. And then once I had guests, it started, other people would be like, hey man, what's up, bro? You have guests on your show? I want to be a guest. And you know, it's like, it's fun getting to hear other people's stories because it helps me as an individual to know, you know what, keep going. You know what, you're gonna have hardships. You're gonna have a bunch of things that are gonna. It's like it's a roller coaster of life, man. Well, what's one thing that you let's say you were down in the dump and you're like, man, you know what, I'm gonna stop the whole gorilla drink thing. What's one thing that motivated you to not do that?
Well, I'm gonna say something first, real quick.
Yes, sir.
From what you said. You said you started off in the closet and stuff, and now
yes,
you're getting, so now you're evolving.
Yeah.
You know, so you have to keep that in mind. You're evolving. You know, like everyone has to start at the bottom. You know, you can't. Yeah. You can't quit.
It's a you know, when you start to include your family and your girlfriends on these lives and like and talk about situations that are like not a lot of people want to bring up. Like I had one of my best friends on here and he was talking about his addiction, how he was like a week sober, you know, and for him, you know, having people watch, and I even had somebody call in and they even called in and said, hey, I'm dealing with addiction, you know, this and that, you know, appreciate you guys for doing that. That's what I want to do is like, you know, you can always, it does like touch somebody, that you can touch somebody's heart and they're gonna know, man, that's not just a podcast where he says family, friends, family, like all that shit. Like I have a shtick, but at the same time, I have a heart, and that's what I really want to do is give back to, man. So I appreciate you, gentlemen. Y'all have no idea how this is gonna change me and how it is gonna help evolve live in the BoneZone with BigSAMHeard. Because it's important that I keep it going. But you know, when I get in that mode where you don't care anymore, that's when you start to get reckless. You start to get a lot of things can happen, you know, and I thank you.
But that happens to everyone.
Yeah, I thank you.
You just gotta learn how to deal with it, and you know, just deal with it.
Stay with
it. Teezy, how'd you get your nickname Teezy?
Man, long story, man, but Teezy is the name, though.
Yeah, man. Teezy, that's what it is. All right, man. Not the other one. Yeah, I'm not gonna bring up that name anymore. So, do we have any questions for anybody watching? If anybody watching, listening, will have any questions for these gentlemen, it would definitely be.
I want to shout out the Brother Drake family, man. What's up, y'all, man? My exotic Munchie family, man. Vito, I still love you, man.
Yeah, we had a bunch of good people watching. We had Donovan, Adrian Monreal. That's my little cousin. I know he's been showing y'all love too. A little Adrian Monreal. That's my little cousin. Lele, the Mac he was watching.
Really
and
drank
bunch of people. Yeah, man,
Right.
it is all about showing love in the family. Doesn't always have to be blood, you know. Like we have some family that they're there for you, or they're like, "Oh, I love you." You know what? Just that word to some people doesn't mean anything.
Loyalty makes you family.
Exactly, loyalty. You gotta support them, you know, and you always have to let them know that you're there for them. Like even like you're having a bad day, a hug. Like today, my blood brother, came by and he gave me I told him, brother, can you give me a hug? And he got out the car, he gave me a hug, and I fucking grabbed him and I told him, I love you, brother. And I get that same love from other people, from some strangers that I don't know. They're like, they can tell when you're having a bad day. You know what I'm saying? What do you do to, let's say, like, not necessarily cope, but deal with negativity around you? Like, what's one thing that you deal with? Because it's always gonna be there. I know, always gonna be there.
I just jump in my music, and my music puts me in a good mood.
Yeah.
I'm a big Pimp C fan. I got Pimp C tattooed on me twice, so you know I grew up on him, so like his words, you know, like
words touch soul.
Yeah,
the pimp.
Yeah, so
I think you have a tattoo of him, right?
Yeah,
I see the UGK. Yeah, I see that one.
I got one, and then I got one in the back of my neck.
I'm not even gonna ask how many tattoos you have. Probably over 100.
I got like 230 something, I think. I counted last time.
I just have like 15.
Yeah. It's just.
You have a favorite tattoo?
Of my daughters. I have a tattoo because I have 4 daughters. There's only 3 Powerpuff Girls, but my tattoo artist turned all 4 of them into Powerpuff Girls. So I have them
That's
right
what's
here.
up, man.
And I have Hello Kitty on me. I have a lot of girly tattoos under my shirt because of my daughters.
Yeah, but I know you have a Gorilla Drank too, right?
Yeah, I have Gorilla Drank right here.
Yeah, I seen that. Hell yeah.
I'm a big Hulk fan too, so I have Hulk tattooed on me.
Oh yeah, nice. I gotta take y'all over to the museum. My dad, we collect a bunch of memorabilia. We have a Mark Ruffalo, we have Stanley out here. It's a put like this. We got Tupac autograph, and Elvis Presley autograph, John Lennon, Michael Jackson. There's a bunch of stuff that people do not even know about when it comes to that part of me and my life, and I want to share that eventually when I want to open my own restaurant called the Museum. And it's going to be a place where we have memorabilia and food, and hopefully serve some Gorilla Drank, and you know, and be able to show love to the city of San Antonio by having local artists come in on stage. If there's nobody on stage, hey, get on stage and then show us what you got.
More people need to start showing love to each other. You know, like so we can, you know. I have to shout out Exotic Munchies because you know. He has all my drinks in there. You know, like no questions asked, I'll think about it. He was like, bring it right away, you know, like, and you know that's dope.
You have all the flavors over there, man.
He has most of the flavors there.
Yeah, I've only had 10 of the flavors.
Only 10.
Only 10 of the flavors, yes. Gorilla Drank. I like to say this on my live. It's like my unofficial slogan for you. It's fuck what you think. I'm sipping Gorilla Drank. So that's my thing. I like to create like little lingos and jingles and stuff like that. Because in my day, I used to like writing music, and I used to actually go to Sam Houston with some of the Texas finest and all those gentlemen. And Blackout, I had a class with him. And
he was our rival.
Yeah, and he always had me pumping, you know. So when he came through, he was actually my first artist that I had on here. He just stopped by to do a plug, but Blackout, he kind of, that's my boy. He started off, and he was the first one that came in here, and ever since then, you know, I've been having fun. So I already had this plenty of times. We actually made smoothies out of these too. Yeah, I have an episode. We made some smoothies, and we were using HEB's blendables. But I like HEB, man. You know, everybody loves HEB. Most everybody loves HEB. But this one, I'll say baby mama number 2. She was like, that one, I can't do that one. That one's too sweet for me. And then she tried the lemonade, and she was like, oh, I love this lemonade. And then she tried the Lele's when she came through, Lele Marie's with hers.
What's your favorite one?
What's my favorite one?
Your favorite drink? What is it?
The original one. I like the original one. I like the original one because you gotta keep it OG.
At my shop, I used to make milkshakes out of it.
Yeah, milkshakes. We did a milkshake with the A1 the Don one, and it was a good one. But I want to say that I like this one. I like the Alamo Splash. That one hit, man. My tongue.
That one. I think that's my second favorite.
Which one's your favorite?
And man. What's up, man?
Yeah, the green one. I tried that one. What flavor was that one? I haven't really.
Which one, Batman?
Yeah, the first one.
Oh, the first one is a kiwi lime.
Oh, okay,
like the second one.
I haven't tried the second one.
Second joint, that's my.
I see the second one. I'm probably gonna have to get him to come through and interview.
Yeah, you need to. But when he
tried
it,
Cat likes the blue.
That
dancing
one.
He likes skinny
yeah.
Yeah,
That video dance he did the same thing when I gave him the sample of it and I made it for him.
Oh yeah. A lot of people, you know,
shimmy.
It's on the taste buds, but I haven't tried one that I didn't like. They're all good. Either you can have them straight up, you can use them as a mixer. You can like add alcohol. Hell, with me and the ladies, we're making smoothies and shakes and shit out of this because it's good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, what do you do at home? I know you say you make shakes, smoothies.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I don't drink that anymore.
No,
I'm diabetic, so that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I heard. Yeah. You gonna kill yourself over your own shit? Yeah, no.
I still gotta live a little bit longer and make more drinks. So.
Yeah. I with the tea poke cherryade. I mixed that. I mixed that one with the cherry Sprite.
Oh yeah.
Man, hold on.
That sounds good.
Yeah, on that cherry Sprite, that it already kicked, but with that carbonation a little bit. Man, shout out to T Poke, yo. That was that one. I try to do different things with it. And then I have yet to try the hypnotic tea. But I did get a hold of him and say, hey man, what's up? I sit in to get some of those drinks because I wanted to make an Arnold Palmer with his and with the Max because that's the tea and the lemonade. Yeah. So Gorilla Jack Arnold Palmer.
Yeah.
You got to, man, and it's all about showing love. That's what we do here, live in the BoneZone. We got Troy Morales. We got Teezy, man. I do appreciate you guys very much. Music, Bone Thugs, Pimp C, EGK, Kevin Gates. What about you, Teezy? What you listening to at Exotic Munchies when you're out there?
Man, we got a blend of everything on there, man. Old school, new school, whatever, really, man. My favorite artist is probably Mo3.
Mo3, man, rest in peace, Mo3. You got Mo3 in your on the Cadillac. Yeah, I saw that. Man, so
we listen to a lot of local artists as well.
A lot of local artists.
I support all the local artists, man.
Yeah, I have a show that I call 210 Live, where it's of course at 210 in the afternoon, where I talk about local artists and this and that, like Double. We had Double in here. He's a nice guy. He's a cool cat. Northwest Rider. He showed me some love.
That's my boy.
He showed me some love.
Was just at the shop.
I gotta get some of those T-shirts.
We definitely thank Northwest Rider in the shop.
Yeah, I do. I have him on playlist, on rotation. Northwest Rider, man. He's a cool cat. I'm not a Hennessy drinker, but that day I was drinking. I wasn't drinking Hennessy with him, but I was drinking, and we had a nice conversation. And it's really, really important that we show love to a bunch of these artists. And what I do is I put them on my wall to show them appreciation. Like you never know. To them, they're like, man, I'm on some guy's wall next to Bone Thugs and Harmony memorabilia. Like it can do a lot for somebody. Well, what are things that sometimes it's the little things that can help somebody, that can change somebody, that can motivate somebody. Coming from where you came from, what are let's say in 10 words. At least 10 words. It doesn't matter.
It's just never be a hater. Support.
Yeah.
You show support, they're gonna show support back.
You know what? But some haters are your biggest supporters.
Yeah.
But you don't be a hater personally. Let the haters hate because that's what they do. And then everything around us is gonna all just come back.
If they ain't hating, you ain't doing something right.
Yeah. Exactly, man. Exactly. Like it's all about building and growing. How long have you been doing the Gorilla Drank, the snow cone addiction thing?
I've been selling it for 10 years, going on 10 years already. My business has been open 10 years. But I used to work at Ready Ice for 18 years. I was a driver.
Oh, that's tough.
But I have another business called Downtown Ice. I made my brother.
And y'all just serving?
Yeah, we deliver restaurants, local bars,
And
everything.
you still do that?
Yeah, we started.
Oh,
that
wow. That's what's up. What's it called?
Downtown Ice.
Downtown Ice.
Yeah.
Man, y'all probably delivered ice to one of my restaurants that I worked at because they have shitty ass ice machines.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Exotic Munchies. How long has that been around? Or the whole, I guess I know that.
I barely just jumped out there with exotic snacks and all that. That's it's new to me, but I'm learning the game. You know what I'm saying? So it's very lucrative if you know what you're doing and you keep the right people.
7500 Marbach Road.
7500 Marbach Road, man. We right there, man. You can't miss it.
Yeah, I missed it because we were going. Hold on. We were driving. It was at night, and then
Marbach and Ron.
Yeah, and then we passed. We went to the light because we went black, and I was like, "Hey, what the fuck? Where am I at?" And then I turned around and I saw the lights. It was all bright. I was like, "Oh,
that's what you can't.
That's
miss.
where it is. That's where it is." And we went. And do you have a studio in there, or what is it?
Ain't no studio. We just maxing and relaxing right now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because I seen it. That's where y'all like in that back room where you have a lot of the shoes and stuff like that. It's a nice little setup, man. It's nice. I recommend that you guys go stop by Exotic Munchies. Troy with Gorilla Drank. I've been trying to reach out to every person that has their own drinks. I can get them from them personally. But if I can't get a hold of all those other gentlemen I'm missing, I'm gonna definitely stop back at Exotic Munchies and get what I'm missing. So I had a bunch right here, and every day I'll do my lives, and unofficial sponsor with his live, Gorilla Drank. My unofficial sponsors were HEB and Gorilla Drank.
Yeah.
So and Exotic Munchies now. You don't mind if I say your name? Exotic Munchies unofficial sponsor and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. It's about giving back and showing love.
On his face.
It's all about showing love and letting people know that people like me give a damn, and it's people like y'all that inspire me to help not quit, to not give up, to stay driven, to evolve into something bigger and better. Where I do want a venue where I can have artists record. I used to write music. You see these books right here? Man, 20 years of music. I've never released anything like that. I think one day I'm going to do that because I like it. I like the music, and it's the passion, the whole feel. I may not be the best, but in my mind, I think I'm really, really nice. And I definitely ain't no double when it comes to rhymes or Vision or Sosa and a bunch of those guys. But those gentlemen are established. You gotta start somewhere. And me being a youngster, or not a youngster, but young to this game as a podcaster, and I do want to switch over to music and showing people that I'm diverse when it comes to this and that, and the hospitality game, and like owning a restaurant one day. What are other things and goals that you drive for 5 years? I know I said 1 year earlier, but what about 5-year plan? What we got going on in the next 5 years?
Expansion, man. Like I said,
expansion.
Man. Trying to new locations, new ventures, you know what I'm saying? Just new things, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to try it first, you know what I'm saying? Always put your money where your mouth is, man. People talk a lot and say they want to do this, say they want to do that, but when you put that money behind it, that's when it counts. That's when you show where your hustle at. You got to go out there and get it, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing gonna come to nobody for free, you feel me? Yeah. So you gotta put that footwork down and get to where you gotta get to.
Keep on pushing, keep on going.
Yeah, 5 years, you're gonna see my face and his face all over the city.
I see it a lot already.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So do you have any other flavors coming out? Do you have any other artists coming out with anything?
I got a couple coming out. I'm not gonna say yet, but we're still working on details and stuff.
The boy got some heat coming out.
Yeah, I see that. Even before I knew, started pushing the Gorilla Drank and showing that on my live every episode. I always said this juice to apple juice, mainly because Southside Hoodlum, he has OJ. He has this song called OJ, and I flipped it to AJ because apple juice is juice to apple juice. So I always wanted my own apple juice. So when I get the opportunity, it doesn't necessarily be a Gorilla Drank. I want to make a deuce apple juice, and to show people, what, dreams come true. You can do whatever you put your mind to.
Okay.
So for you guys to come in here, y'all have no idea how much right here it touches me, because earlier I was like, man, I'm ready to stop, and I told myself, you know what, this is gonna be my last episode, and I'm gonna end it up with a bang with Gorilla Drank, with Exotic Munchies. But I think I'm gonna have to delete all that and be like, you know what? I gotta keep it going because this episode right here, people might see it and they're like, you know what? This guy, he's ready to quit. But then I got you gentlemen right here telling me your stories, how long you've been on the grind, how long you've been doing your thing and showing up to each other. Like as business owners, you have to do that because other people that, let's say, are outside of the box or outside of the circle are gonna be like, man, looking in, like, what's going on over there? I want to be a part of that. You know, so it's really important, and I do thank you guys very much for showing me love, for taking the time out of your busy schedules to
appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
Because it's important that I recognize it and understand that, you know what, I'm my biggest critic. I'm my biggest hater.
You have to be.
You know, I get so frustrated sometimes. It's 10 over. It's, you know, we would do a show 7 in the morning, wake up with SMS. That was so fun, and you got a different crowd of people waking up, so the grind doesn't stop. Huh? How much sleep you get, Troy?
Not
on
much.
a daily, not much.
Not much.
Teezy,
man, probably 3-4 hours at the most, man.
You know, not here, not there, not here, not there.
I don't take naps.
No naps. I'm not gonna lie, I take naps.
I feel like I tell my girl all this stuff. She laughs at me because I tell her I feel like a baby taking naps. You know, like, I'm missing so much stuff during the day to be taking naps. You know, like there's so much to see. You know, when you die, you'll sleep.
Yeah, because who said that? Young Jeezy. I can sleep when I die. Something like that.
So he's giving you the game right there. You just gotta listen to it.
Yeah, it's really important that we do understand and listen, and I do appreciate everybody that I bring into the BoneZone because it's helping me and it's changing me in a way, because once you guys leave, my mind is like, damn, where do I go next? What do I do now? You know, I've been reaching out to a few Spurs to see if we can get some Spurs. If they either they're going fishing or they're gonna come to the BoneZone. You know, and I know a few young gentlemen in the area that go work out here or there, and maybe I can get a hold of one of them. And I do gotta hit the streets. I said, yes, I'm Steve. You know, and stuff like that. So we gotta evolve. And me, the whole network thing, I wasn't there networking with other people and doing a lot of stuff. I was just like trying to do my own thing. But it's like trying to live your life without God. Not trying to bring religion to this conversation or anything like that, because we all have our own beliefs. Yeah, exactly. Like I feel, you know, when I'm putting down, I'm feeling a certain way. I pray. You know, I pray and I ask for a bunch of stuff. To be patient is one of my biggest things. Faith, keep the faith. What's a few things that you can tell people that for you to, like, man, don't give up, stay driven, stay motivated. You know,
you said it, man.
Right? Stay driven, stay
prayer, man.
That works.
You gotta believe in yourself, man.
Yeah.
If you don't believe in yourself, you're gonna fall for everything. Once you stand on something, you stand on yourself, you prioritize right, you got it. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna make it.
It takes time. It does take time. Like I said, the past 2 years I've been in there in the closet room, and I moved to here, and kind of you can breathe. I can breathe a little bit, but sometimes I feel like suffocating, like I want to be alone. You ever get that time when you ever want to be alone? Do you ever have that time when you're like, you know what, I gotta be selfish. I'm gonna go by myself to go eat a Tamagotchi, or I'm gonna go watch a movie by myself, or anything like that, or go on a cruise. You know,
music.
A lot of times I like being by myself, but that was because I was always by myself when I was little. So it's just a hard habit to break. Yeah, you know.
But what are some things that you like to do, besides making guerrilla drinks and being a father and being a business owner? Like, you know, like amusement parks. You ever have time for any of that stuff?
Nah,
not really.
Just jump in the lake and just drive.
Just ride, right? Because people definitely turn heads with that. I seen it. You shared something that somebody posted on Twitter. I mean, on TikTok. Yeah. They were showing a bunch of the cars, and then there goes your thing. That's one of a kind car, man. I do definitely. My pops, he does that. He's into the whole drop tops. He has a car outside of his yard that he wants to get fixed, but he doesn't have, I guess, maybe the I don't know what, but it's one of those things where you ever consider your ride being a parade and stuff like that. You ever had people?
I almost jumped in and broke into the parade just to drive through there.
Yeah, you should have, man. You would have been like, oh, what the hell? But yeah, it's really, really crazy, man. It says Marbach Apparel in the building. Eric.
What's up, man? Shout
What's
out.
up, Eric?
Yeah, Eric and a bunch of other people showing love on that, man.
That's Mr. Marbach right there.
Yeah, Mr. Marbach Apparel, yeah. Gentlemen, I do want to thank you again.
What do you do?
Yeah, what do you do? Besides,
You can't be in the corner quiet. You gotta say what you did.
Man, I listen to music, man, when I'm feeling like that. If you want myself, I just sit and let the music talk to me.
yeah, that's my biggest thing. I want to say BoneZone Army, they saved my life. Because it's hard when you're alone, when you don't have people, but you feel like they don't understand you. So you want to be left alone because sometimes those people you blow up, you lash out in a way that's not.
Hold on, but one thing, I cannot be stressed out and listen to some NBA YoungBoy. That's not gonna help it at all.
Yeah.
I need to slow it down. I need to take it back, man.
Yeah.
Man. That NBA YoungBoy have somebody going crazy.
A lot of music helps people and it changed them. So I do want to again thank you guys because it is an honor to have you guys here. And I'm definitely gonna keep the show rolling because I don't think I need to take time, but it's not gonna be as long as people maybe be thinking that, oh man, Stevie already gonna quit this when he's finally getting somewhere. You know, I had to hold on and stay strong because it's one of those things that once you lose that drive, that passion, that love for what you have, then nobody else is gonna believe you. Like you said, you know, you do what you do because you love it, you do for a family, but you also do it for your people. The community is really, really big. You know, you guys have a bunch of support locally. I'm sure guys are shipping Gorilla drinks out on the other side of the world. I've seen that with T-Poke.
Italy.
Italy, and that's so crazy, yo. Like, would you ever think that that people were gonna be drinking your drinks on the other side of the world?
Well,
yes.
Before I started doing the bottles, like I said, I used to ship it. So like I've shipped stuff to Hawaii before, so that was pretty dope. That had me hyped up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so far one of the AC Killer, he's a guy affiliate that does music with BoneZone Harmony. That was one of my most man, what the hell? I actually have an affiliate of BoneZone Harmony in here, and I'm interviewing them. That right there was something that helped me. But then after when all the lights fade or whatever, you kind of feel like, man, what do I do now? You know, and it's keep on going, it's keep on pushing, keep on driving, man. So I do appreciate you guys.
You have to come out with something new every time.
Yeah, I am. Hopefully, we're gonna get some boxers in here soon.
Yeah, we'll get them.
You know, Snapback, Ruru, and a bunch of other different people. I think get some Spurs in here.
They're fighting at the end of the month, so good luck to them.
Yeah, on the 16th, Snapback is gonna have a plate benefit for him in Seguin, and then on the 30th of April in El Paso. I talked to Ruru. He said actually I don't really talk to Ruru. I talked mainly to Ben because that's the manager of those gentlemen. But of course, you know, they make their own decisions as well. I'm sure in a way. But it's like, you know, not having a manager and not having this, not having that. It's you kind of get like overwhelmed and stuff. So I understand why a lot of people have that, and because it's even if it's like for me, like let's say my girlfriend's our manager. You know, like they okay, hey, it's like but they're not our managers. They just help me, support me, and
those are the best ones though.
Yeah, they help share stuff. They give me ideas and all that stuff. And it's about having fun and being supportive.
And you're not because you got two of them.
Yeah, hey, no, bro. Some people be thinking that's like the best thing to do, but shit, one woman that's crazy is crazy enough, and another one that's crazy is like But you know, they're not the best of friends either. They have their own rooms. I have my own room, and sometimes I'm like,
oh, y'all all stay together?
Yes.
Oh, that's dope.
They have one, the other one, and they live here with me, and we all
Couldn't do it.
Thing. But some people like, especially working downtown, and they see us, and they're like, hey, what the hell? Didn't you have another girl with you yesterday? I'm like, yeah, this is my other girlfriend. And now when they see us all together, they're like, hey, we love y'all. And it's fun knowing that people appreciate us just for having a show, a podcast, and stuff like that. I'm gonna stop this. All right, and what it is, it's just a love all the way around, and it is really, really crazy to be in. I do not recommend it at all. But
you don't recommend it, but you're all in it.
It's something that just happened. I did not like force it. I did not coerce anyone or put. You know, it happened. You know, like the ladies, they don't do any. They're not lesbians. They don't do any lesbian stuff. When I'm like not in the mood, I'm like, yeah, bro. No, it's all about us. You know, we all showed up to each other. I know what I got myself into. These babies don't know what they got themselves into, but my sons are gonna be very much taken care of in whichever way. And it's wild, bro. But I do love doing it.
I wish you the best, bro.
No, thank you, man. We're gonna go to Exotic Munchies. We're gonna go show some support over there, and do all that good stuff because I'm lagging on a few Gorilla drinks. So I put the stickers at the other labels.
I took a picture.
That way, you know, people know that. And then some of them are signed. And then some of the guys, when they drop off, they kind of were in a rush. Or T-Poke had somebody drop them off, so I didn't really get to talk to that gentleman. But there are going to be some of his events that I want to go and show support. Recent, I think in
Slapfest.
Yeah,
next one.
There it is. Yeah, that's the one. So I want to go.
I believe it's July 9th.
Yeah, July. That's
July 9th.
July.
Slapfest at Comanche.
Support that and just be like, hey man, what's up? You know, like a lot of people, of course, they don't know me. I wear the beanie on a lot of my things so that they know they're like, oh, that's the guy. You know, it's fun. Like I know you get recognized at places. Have you ever got that where you just at an HEB?
I get yelled at Mr. Gorilla Drink all the time.
Yeah. What about you, Teezy?
Yeah, sometimes every now and then.
But it's a good feeling knowing that people know. You know, it's like we're not like let's say like we don't have like a celebrity status or anything like that. But you get recognized, and that helps you, motivates you. I'm sure, right? I get it. I go by BigSAMHeard. That was my Riverwalk name. First, it was Sam, my initials, and then it was SAMHeard. Because when you work in a restaurant and your food's in the window dying, they're like, "Hey, Sam, your food's up," and I'm like, "SAMHeard," just acknowledging it. Yeah. And then throughout the years, my buddies that I work with, they added the big. I'm $150 wet, you know, so I'm not a big guy, and so they added the big. So that's how I got my name, BigSAMHeard. And then now it's like a BigSAMHeard. So when I used to work on the Riverwalk, people that knew me would yell it on the other side of the river. So it's nice, just being accepted by the community, and that's what this is. You guys, you know, y'all here. We're type of family now. Like Verso, I don't know if you guys Verso from the East Side. When he came here, man, he was like, "We family now, bro. We family," you know. So speaking of Verso, much love, Verso. He's watching right now, and we talked about mental health. You know, he really like that. The mind is a terrible thing to waste. So even though a bunch of these guys make music, don't be one-sided in thinking that that's all they do. These guys are smart individuals, man. Like a bunch of these guys, like you guys, I'm sure you have that noggin. You have your own business. You're doing a lot of things, man. But it's crazy, y'all. I do appreciate y'all. We about to hit them with that Deuce apple juice because I know you guys been on this for over an hour. Yeah, we got some things we gotta do. All right.
Yeah, man.
I didn't say this all episode, so I'm gonna do it. Family, friends, family, boneheads, bitches, bitch-ass hoes, hoe-ass bitches, and bitch-ass niggas, because yes, Stephen and Mel can be a bitch too. With Shelby Baby, Michaela Mommy, Gorilla Drank, and Exotic Munchies, it is I, Billy on the board, live, motherfucking BoneZone.
Got it out of your system.
Yeah, that's Billy on the board, my mind, I give him a voice, and Sir Smooth, yeah, baby, we here live with Troy Morales and Teezy, baby. He's a preacher pimp. He's all by his hoes and bobos. But that's another story, guys. I do appreciate you guys very much for being on. Y'all have no idea how much this episode means to me. And we're gonna keep it moving. Definitely. I'm gonna get my mind right at midnight. Go ahead, close it out, my good sir.
I want to shout out Exotic Munchies supporting Gorilla Drink. 7500 Marbach Road. Shout out Tank's Pizza. Tank's Pizza has Gorilla Drink with liquor in it. Shout out Horizons and More. They have Gorilla Drink. Shout out my team. Shout out my girl. My girl's the one that makes all the designs, the stickers and stuff. So she's getting better and better every day. So without her, you know, I wouldn't have this going, these bottle stuff. So.
And the t-shirts, where can I get the t-shirts at?
Just message me. I make them.
Yeah,
that we got them.
I like this one. I like all of them. I seen that
I'm fixing to put some more shirts in his
at the shop.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, come get them at Exotic Munchies, man.
Yeah, 7500 Marbach Road.
Yeah, man.
You can't miss it. If you miss it, you're probably blind. I'm blind. That's why I'm
Yeah, man.
I turned around. Let's see. Thanks. Thanks, my other relative, and Eric did a few designs. That's nice. So all you your people most definitely showing you guys support, man, and that's what it's all about. Thank you guys very much for coming by. I have no idea how this episode touched me because it you know, sometimes you want to just give up, and I thank you guys for instilling. You know what? Keep your passion, keep your love going because it takes hard work.
Yeah,
it does, and I can't get discouraged. That's it.
mentally and physically.
Yeah, definitely. Love y'all, the ladies. They the real beast. Yeah, Shelby baby and Michaela mommy, they are definitely my backbone. They keep me going and they'll kick my ass if I say anything else. All right, deuces apple juice, y'all. For Troy, for Teezy, it is I, BigSAMHeard, baby.